All right, and I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. I hope you guys come back to the live. I hope you guys come back. I forgot to upload the appropriate thumbnail, so I had to back out and do everything all over and upload my thumbnail. I apologize. I hope you guys come back. Please come back. We were having so many people join. But like I said, this video is all about the effect of Tenet and how Tenet is not doing well at the box office, and how Tenet not doing well at the box office is now going to cause this domino effect to every single movie potentially coming out for the rest of the year. Um, Rodney's saying, I love the first thumbnail you chose. Very interesting. That wasn't something that I chose, Rodney. That just randomly like clicked me and I made a thumbnail, and that's why I backed out, because I had to upload the thumbnail that I made. So that is why I left. Okay. So this video, spontaneous live. Let me know if you guys like these, because I could start doing like lives like this when it comes to movie news and kind of get everyone involved. So we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 84 being delayed. How does this affect Dune? How does this affect every single other movie coming out for the rest of 2020? We're going to talk about it all. And we're going to talk about how the pandemic fits in and everything, how this is all being affected. So I definitely want to know you guys, your opinions. Keep on joining. Hit that like button. 9 people, 0 likes. Let's get that up there. Hit that like button. All right. Let's start at the very beginning. So, Christopher Nolan. I'm kind of blaming this entire thing on Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers, because they were so adamant about putting Tenet out in September. And in my mind, I was thinking that's way too soon. Way too soon. Because not a lot of people are going to be going out to theaters. It is still a little bit on the early side. However, they're thinking, oh, Tenet is going to be this big, gigantic blockbuster. It's going to save movie theaters. It's going to save everything. And they put all their eggs in one basket with Tenet, and look what happened. It didn't. It didn't do well. It only made $20.2 million in its opening weekend here in the US. Now, as I said before, Tenet needs to make $500 million just to break it even, because they spent $225 million to make it. 2 marketing campaigns that they have to make up for. They're nowhere near close to that. It's only made $150 million worldwide so far. Now, because Tenet is, in my opinion, it's going to be a box office failure, where does this leave Wonder Woman 1984? Well, obviously, Warner Brothers said, whoop, well, now we got to delay Wonder Woman, because we can't have Wonder Woman coming out so soon after Tenet, because they want Tenet to recoup some of their money back. Well, they want them to make all of their money back, but I don't think it's going to happen. They really want Tenet to make up for their money. So they decide to push Wonder Woman yet again for the 6th time. And it's now going to release on Christmas Day. And we're going to talk about, was that a very smart decision? I don't know. The positive side of Wonder Woman coming out in December is that when Aquaman came out in December, it was a big hit. It made over $1 billion. So a DC film coming out in December is kind of a good luck charm, maybe. I'm not sure. And then what's awesome is that if Wonder Woman does stay on Christmas Day, then we have Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, coming out on HBO Max in January, I believe, right? So that's kind of cool. Kind of like bookends. They're right there next to each other. We get a good chunk of, DC stuff. But now, how is this affecting Black Widow? Because Black Widow is up next on the market to come out. Because honestly, we don't have that many films coming out in 2020. And because now this whole box office domino effect is going to happen, because Tenet was a loser at the box office. That was the trial run. Tenet was the guinea pig. Tenet was the guinea pig for theaters, and Mulan was the guinea pig for Disney Plus for their premiere access, to see how well that was going to do. However, with a lot of controversy going on with Mulan and comments that were made by the lead actress, I think, I'm not really sure with that entire situation, but Mulan was not as much as a success as everyone thought it was going to be. Plus, it was getting a lot of bad reviews. And I don't know. I feel like if they put Black Widow on Disney Plus, then it's going to have the built-in audience. They're going to have the built-in audience of all of us MCU fans. We've been waiting, absolutely waiting for Black Widow to come out this entire time. It's been so long since we've had an MCU film come out. We're dying for it and we want it really, really bad. So I feel like if Disney did the right thing and put Black Widow onto Disney Plus, at this point, I'm just saying, just get them out there. Just get the movies out there because honestly, I feel like the rest of 2020, the rest of the movies scheduled on 2020, they should have just automatically said, we're just putting it out on streaming because it just is turning into a ridiculous mess. And we're going to get into how the fall, the weather, the people, the phenomenon is going to have an effect on potentially 2021. I'll get into that in just a second. But Disney, as no surprise, is now thinking of, they're leaning more towards putting Black Widow onto Disney Plus with the Premier Access button. I don't know about the $30. I feel like people would pay the $30 for Black Widow, but maybe they should be smart about it and lower it to $20 or something like that. Let me know how you guys feel about that. But now we're thinking about Black Widow, what's happening with that. And then there's James Bond, No Time to Die. I have a feeling that one is going to they're sticking there. I don't think they're going to be moving from that spot. But until we get to November or December, there's absolutely not a lot of other theaters opening right now. And that is what's really hurting the box office. You're missing New York, you're missing LA, you're missing San Francisco, you're missing these big, huge cities that really can make a difference at the box office. And without those, your movies are going to suffer. And I feel like just put everything out on streaming. Just put it out on streaming. Now, let's talk about the fall. Like I mentioned, we're playing a dangerous game here because what they're not realizing right now is that, oh, it's been nice. Restaurants are now open. Other things are open, but now schools are open. So that's, we're going to see how that goes. But with particularly restaurants in, the late summer that we've had with restaurants opening, patios have been open. It's been nice to be outside. However, colder weather is going to start coming very shortly. And when that happens, patios are going to be no longer. When patios are no longer, everyone's going to have to go inside. And that is what could kick off our round 2 that everyone, including Dr. Fauci, is so worried about. And I got to say, I will not be surprised if we do have a round 2 because of these circumstances. And if that does happen, where does that leave us with our movies then? It just makes you question, did we open movie theaters too early? I think we did. They should have listened to me. They didn't listen to me. They should have listened to me because I said no movie theaters should be open until 2021, until we had more time. I understand that these movies, they want, these studios, they want to get their movies out. They want to make that money. However, you're opening up your theaters and you're not making any money. So what is the point? And especially with putting Wonder Woman in December at Christmas, at the holiday season, when everyone is surrounded by their families. This is the time when everyone usually goes to the movies with their families. I question whether putting Wonder Woman at Christmas is a smart decision or not, because do you want to be going out to the movies and then potentially bringing things home to your family around the holidays? I don't know. And I know this is something that Grace Randolph touched on in her video, and I want to give her credit for it. That wasn't my original idea, but I want to give her credit. But it's really something to think about. It really, really is something to think about because she's right, and yeah, Aquaman did so well in December, but then it didn't have a phenomenon going on at the same time. So these are all thoughts that I'm thinking right now. I want to know what you guys are thinking, and you guys have been writing stuff, so I'm going to go through now, but this is what has been going through my head. I heard the news earlier this afternoon. I was working, driving around, and I was watching some videos about this breaking news. And I was like, man, I'm just going to go live tonight. I'm just going to go live and talk about it. So let's go back. We'll treat this like a regular Q&A. It's a bonus live this week. Okay. Age is here. Scott is here. Marcy Munn is here. Oscar Legend. Hi, Susan. That's bull that they delayed Wonder Woman 84. I understand why they did it, Oscar. I really do. But I don't know. I mean, they can't delay it again. They can't. Like, this is the last time. This is 6 times now that they have delayed or moved WW84. And it's getting ridiculous at this point. And I know the phenomenon is the reason why, and it's not anyone's fault. But at some point, you have to wonder, is your audience still going to care? Are they still going to care? So if they have to move it again, it's got to go to streaming. It has to, which is going to be a shame because I know Patty Jenkins and everyone at Warner Brothers want Wonder Woman on the big screen for everyone to see. It was made to be bright and beautiful and colorful and like everything that we want to see with great action scenes. I'm excited for it. I want to see it up there in Dolby. But is it going to be safe? I don't know. So it sucks. All right, Mr. Scott is saying he's on season 2 of Cobra Kai, episode 4. Isn't it amazing? I love it. I love it. Love Cobra Kai. Obsessed. I'm obsessed. I got my mom obsessed with it. We were both watching it. All right, Ronnie's saying this year is just crazy, very crazy. Won't be surprised if Black Widow is next. It's going to go to Disney Plus. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to Disney Plus. Soul is probably most definitely going to go to Disney Plus. I would not be surprised. Footy Madman 2007. Hey, Susan. Hello. Hello, Footy Madman. Hello, how are you? Scott is saying, I sure would. Austin Burke was talking about this. Yes, I know. That's what actually inspired me. Austin Burke also did a live about this afternoon. And then I saw Grace's video and I was like, well, I'm just going home to do a live. Oh, we didn't even talk about Dune. Let's talk about Dune. Okay, so Dune is supposed to come out in December. That is Warner Brothers as well. Now you have Wonder Woman by Warner Brothers coming out in December. Is this a good idea? To have 2 Warner Brother blockbuster movies at the same time? I don't think so. Because if you are going to make the choice to go out to the theater, you're going to pick one movie. You're probably not going to go multiple times. Like me, I play it safe, but I know I'm in a safer area, so I don't mind going. But there's other places that are not safe. And if they're going to go, they're going to make one choice. And I think Warner Brothers is shooting themselves in the foot if they put both of their blockbusters out at the same exact time. Not smart. They're going to choose one or the other. And if you do that, your box office for both are going to be cut in half because you're splitting the difference. So if Wonder Woman is coming out in December, for Christmas, Dune should probably move to January or February. I would say January, just to give it like a little bit of space. Well, maybe February, just to give Wonder Woman a little bit of room. But they still want it to be in contention for Oscar season, for award season, because let's not forget the Oscars have been delayed until April. So we have a few months of time. I believe the deadline is February 28th is the deadline. That was the day the Oscars were supposed to be held, but they delayed it until April. So we have a few months to work with. And if they don't delay, they have to delay Dune. They have to. Like, It's unfortunate that they released that trailer on Wednesday because everyone is now like seething for it, like really, really want it, but they're going to have to delay it and back it up. They're going to have no choice because Warner Brothers, it just wouldn't be a smart decision all around. So that's my opinion about Dune and what they should do with that. I want to know your opinion about it. All right, Rodney's saying Tenet's director Christopher Nolan is trying to bring back moviegoers, but newsflash, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Marcy's saying I have to wait to see my Wonder Woman. Yes, we all do, Marcy. We all have to wait, unfortunately. Oh. All right, Scott is saying Austin and Grace talked about this. Yes, they did. They did. I'm doing it too. Everyone's doing it. Okay. All right. Footy Madman says Warner Brothers now has Dune on December 18th and Wonder Woman on December 25th. Exactly. That is my concern. That is my concern. All right. He's also saying Black Widow and Soul release depends on what data Disney has with Mulan and Premiere Access. All that I've heard is that on Labor Day, on Monday, that one day it made what, 33 million? Which if you compare it to Tenet, it still made more money. I mean, the Premiere Access worked. It obviously showed that people would rather stay home than go out to the theater because in one day it made 33 million compared to a weekend of Tenet with 20.2. So I think we have our answer. The big problem with this whole situation is that Tenet and Mulan were the guinea pigs. And now that we have answers, the studios are scrambling. They're scrambling and they're trying to map out their course of what they want to do with what movies for the rest of the year because they weren't sure. They weren't sure. They probably thought Tenet with Christopher Nolan behind it was going to be $100 million opening weekend, that people were going to flock to see it. Nope, it didn't happen. People would have rather stay home and then watch Mulan. Or they watch something else because obviously streaming services is where it's at right now. Let's be honest. Netflix is putting out consistent, great content pretty much every single week. I mean, next week we have Ratchet coming out. And then that movie with, I forget what the name is, but it's with Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson. Like pretty much everyone in the MCU and DC is like in this movie next week. Netflix is consistent coming out with great original content every single week. And then you have great options over on HBO Max and Hulu and, Disney Plus. Not a lot of people like Disney Plus, but I mean, you have other options. And to just insist on going to the theater nowadays, especially with your children, when schools are just opening up, people aren't going to do that. They're going to stay home. All right. All right. Roddy's saying No Time to Die hasn't been delayed yet. He has no desire to see that. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they are going to delay. I don't know. It could happen. I mean, they delayed The King's Man. The King's Man was supposed to come out this weekend, I believe, or the following week, this weekend, but they delayed that to, I believe, February because they knew, they had a feeling, so they pushed it back. I remember I was watching the trailer for it before Tenet, I believe, and I was like, well, that's delayed. Like, what's the point of even watching that? Like, there's no point of even having that trailer. All right. All right, Marcy's saying the only good thing about a delay is that her theaters aren't open yet. This is true. A lot of theaters aren't open yet. And that's the thing, like a lot of theaters, obviously AMC is covered and has this little cushion with whatever bargain deal it made with, whatever company people. But what about the smaller chains? Cinemark, Regal, what about smaller little mom and pop places? They're all going to suffer. And a lot of them are going to end up closing because no one is going. This is just sad. This is just sad. And like Grace was saying in her video, where are the drive-ins? This is the perfect time to have drive-ins make a comeback. Where are they? Why are they not up and running? Like, why are people not doing this? I don't understand. This is a way to get money for your movies. If you want to pump it out there, if you want to put it into a theater-like setting, drive-ins. Now is the time before it gets really shitty outside and we have bad weather for winter time. But no, they're not. I don't understand. Like, don't you want to make money? You do want to make money, at least do a drive-in, something, but they're just, I don't know, they're just not thinking about that stuff. It just boggles my mind. All right. Michael Justin 202, I think you're new. Hello, how are you? The studios need to push everything back to 2021 if they want to make their money back. The problem is 2021 is jam-packed. Literally every single big weekend for a big movie is taken. And that is the problem. That's why they went with Christmas Day for Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman literally had no other place to go. And if they decide to, that's why they can't delay it again, because it literally has no place to go. If they went on any other kind of weekend going up against 2 or 3 other blockbusters, it's not going to happen. It's going to sink and fail. Too many choices, not enough people, not enough money. They're all going to make garbage for money, and it's not worth it. So this is the last thing. This is the last straw for Wonder Woman 84. It's got to come out on Christmas Day. If it does not, it needs to go on streaming. Just get it out there. And it's a shame because, you know, these female-led movies like Black Widow and Wonder Woman, we want to see them on the screen. We want to see them in front of us. We've been waiting so long for them, both of them, and to have them come out on streaming sucks, but at the same time, at least it'll be out and we can get it and see it and be happy. But man, this whole thing is just ugh. All right, Mrs. Quinn 1995. Hello! You always come into the comments, but you never join a live. I'm so happy to see you. She says, as much as I'd love to see Black Widow on the big screen as it deserves, I would pay to watch it at home to watch it because I've been waiting so long to see it. Absolutely. I am right on board with you. I mean, if it did come out into my theater, I would go and see it because I feel safe at my theater. I feel pretty good about it, but I would pay for it. And I'm not one to pay for things extra, but for that, I would pay. I would. All right. Rodney's saying that he agrees they should lower the price for Black Widow if it's on Disney Plus. Yeah, I think how much, let me ask you guys, how much would you pay? What is the top dollar that you would pay for the premiere access? Is it 30? Is it 25? Is it 20? Is it 15? What is your top dollar that you would pay? I think it should be 20. I really, really do. I feel $29.99, $30 is a bit too much on top of what you already pay. I think for the extra 20, that should be good enough. All right, Michael Duckworth Jr. Hello, Susan. Hello, everyone. The fall with the flu season plus COVID. Shaking my head. Not exactly safe. Exactly. I was actually just watching the news before I sat down and had dinner. We had ribs tonight. And they were just talking about the twin-demic, the combo of the phenomenon and the flu. Together, a twin-demic. They created a new word. So yeah, we have that to look forward to in the fall, and I don't know, just put it all in streaming. That's what I say. All right, Kevin is saying putting all these movies on streaming will probably be the death of movie theaters. Well, you know what? If it's the death of movie theaters, I would rather have the death of movie theaters versus the death of people, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to die just because I wanted to go see Black Widow. I don't want other people to die because they want to see Wonder Woman 84, you know? I mean, it would be very unfortunate if this was the death of theaters. I can't even fathom, like, completely awful. All right, Rodney is saying clearly October, November movie months are dead. Yeah, there really isn't anything coming out. And that's why I'm saying they open movie theaters way too early, because you have Tenet, nothing else in the month of September. Then we did have Wonder Woman October 2nd. Nothing else really. Well, like what? Candyman. There's like a few. Like, but you know what? They're all smaller. No other blockbusters. And then November, okay, we're picking up speed. We had, Black Widow, James Bond, I'm sure a few more. And then December. There's like what, a handful? There really wasn't that much. All right, Michael Singletary. Home is fine with me. My knee can't take 2.5 hours sitting down without some movement. Uh, yeah, I gotta tell you, the 2.5 hour runtime was a little rough for Tenet. But I was in comfortable seats, thank God. All right, Footy Madman saying Sony Pictures were clever with this earlier in 2020 when they moved their entire release slate of big releases to 2021. Yeah, that was the smart thing to do. That really was. I believe when this whole thing started going down, they should have just moved every single movie to 2021. Like everything that they really want to come out on the big screen, Tenet, Wonder Woman, Mulan, Black Widow, James Bond, just shift it over. All of these other like little movies coming out, like Soul, um, what else? Like little horror movies that are coming out, possibly Candyman. They could have just put that on streaming. Just put it out on streaming. Like, is it really going to make that much money at the box office anyway? Probably not. Well, yes to Candyman, but like all the other stuff, I don't know. All right, Ronnie's saying, yeah, I don't think I would go to see a movie on the holiday season, like seeing a film on Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm staying home. All right, Footy Man is saying, oh, Candyman has now been... My other phone is going off. Pardon me, turning down the volume. There we go. Okay. The curse of two phones. Okay. Candyman has now been delayed. Okay, I didn't know that. Was this breaking news like tonight? Um all right. Michael Justin is saying with Disney putting their movies on Disney Plus for a price sets a precedent will more than likely kill the movie theater industry. Well, that is why I made that video about, you know, the premiere button and how this is going to change everything. However, using it for Mulan was not a good detector. Using it for Black Widow, if they decide to do that, will be the detector because, it's got the built-in fan base, audience, has no controversy around it. So it should make some money. It will make money if there's a button. All right, Michael Singletary saying, I'm excited about Friday the 13th revival coming back next month. Lalos is saying, I am adorable. Oh, thank you. I like being adorable. Hi is here. Hi. All right, Rodney's saying, I feel Tenet and Mulan, if they wanted to make lots of money, they could have pushed it to 2021, but nope. They wanted to, push them out there. Just get it out there. Lalos is asking me, are you going to see Antebellum? No. I'm not interested in that one. Hi is saying, never knew you started live streaming on Fridays. I usually don't, Hi. I usually don't do live streams on Fridays, but with this news of Wonder Woman being delayed, it's this big domino effect like it has in the title of the live. Just big domino effect. And it was a lot of information. I felt like I wanted to go live with it and talk to you guys about it and just hash it out and just get it all out there on the table. So, I don't know. I just went live. Just went live. All right. Destiny's here. Hi, Destiny. Asia's saying, does it have a new date or has been delayed indefinitely? I don't know what movie she's talking about because there's so many. Maybe possibly Candyman. I'm not sure. All right. Scott's saying, hey, everybody, if you have seen The Babysitter 2017, you got to watch the Babysitter Killer Queen sequel on Netflix. I heard someone, I think Justin Kirby wanted me to watch those and review. I'm going to sneeze. It's always 3, guys. It's always 3. Okay. All right, Daniel Davis just got home from work. How are you? I'm good, Daniel. We're talking about the delay of Wonder Woman 84 going to Christmas. Christmas Day. All right. Michael Singletary is going to watch Babysitter Killer Queen tonight. And he's saying that they have several in the area with drive-ins in Tampa. Well, that's smart. And I am jealous. All right, Kevin is saying, I wish every theater turned into a drive-in. At least every AMC theater should have put their parking lots into a drive-in theater. That is actually a fantastic idea. That's a really good idea. Like AMC theaters, I know my AMC theater, the parking lot is huge. They could very easily just put up a screen, and turn their parking lot into a drive-in. They could have at least made something, make some money, and have things be safe. That absolutely makes sense. Reckless Pops! Reckless Pops, what is up? What's going on, my man? Doing well. What Funkos have you been searching for lately? Just let me know. All right. Okay. All right. I think people are answering about the amount they would pay for Disney Plus Premier Access. Scott is saying $20. All right. Michael Watson in Australia. How are you? Hey, Susan, not sure if my comment disappeared or not. I said Wonder Woman 84 still has an October 1st release here in Australia. You can still buy advance tickets for it, hoping it doesn't get delayed here. Well, goddamn, let me just hop a flight and I will. Can you imagine if I did that, guys? I would go viral. Crazy girl from YouTube buys a ticket to Australia to see Wonder Woman 84 for October 1st on my birthday. Yeah, I know. I can't even go see Wonder Woman for my birthday now. That really sucks. I was looking forward to that. Ugh. All right, Scott is saying that he made homemade burgers for him and his sister. Well, that sounds good. All right, Michael Justin is saying most of theaters near him in California are still closed right now. He's lucky enough to have a drive-in nearby, but streaming is where it's at for me right now. That's where it's at for everyone right now. Streaming. Literally, like, I just binged both seasons of Cobra Kai. Love it. Obsessed with it. Cannot wait for the third season next year when it comes out. And yeah, I'm going to be, perusing on there tonight, I'm sure, to watch something. All right. Oh, Rodney's saying Ty's missing in the chat. I know, it's not the same without Ty. Oh, he's not here because he probably doesn't know that I'm doing this because it was just, spontaneous. Lalos is asking, am I going to get the Hocus Pocus 4K Steelbook next week? Maybe. Maybe. Also saying lots of good steelbooks coming out in the next few months. Not good for my wallet. It's not good for anyone's wallet at all, especially mine. But that's okay. It's what us collectors do. All right, Rodney's saying, and yes, Susan, we really need the drive-in theaters here in California. Aren't reopened yet or anytime soon. Just build a drive-in. Exactly. Just build a drive-in. Hi is saying Pixar makes loads of money in their box office. Their last two movies before Onward made over $1 billion. So I think Soul has potential to do big in movie theaters. Putting it on streaming may not be smart. Hi, there aren't theaters open. Your biggest markets are New York and California, LA and San Francisco. None of those are opening anytime soon, I believe. I mean, if they do open, it'll probably be very late November, December time. That's what they're hoping for Wonder Woman and Bond. I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. I think it would just be smart to you can't make money off of things that aren't open. It's not going to happen. Plus you have to remember limited capacity with seating. And then let's remember what target audience is Soul for. it's for kids. That's the target audience, Disney, Pixar, for, mainly for children. Parents are not going to take their children to the theater. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to risk it. So therefore, I don't believe if Soul comes out in theaters, it's not going to make money. It's just not. They would play it smart, put it on Disney Plus. I'm not sure if they would do the Premier Access button. They probably will for that. I think for that, definitely $20 for that. If they're going to keep Black Widow at the $29.99, if they decide to do that with their movies, they should have a varying scale, I think, with price, depending on what their movie is. Because if it's a hot in demand, like an MCU film, okay, if they want to charge a little bit more. But if it's like a smaller, or a Pixar, it should be like $20, I think. That'd be the smart thing to do. All right, Scott is saying, I've never been to a drive-in theater. Can you experience movies just like regular theaters? Oh my God, never been to a drive-in? Oh, I remember going to my drive-in. I was so little. And yeah, you just pay by like how many people are in the car or something. And it's so fun. Like we would go, obviously it's a double feature, and my parents and I would go, and tons of blankets and pillows in the back for everyone, and snacks. We would bring snacks with us and drinks and everything. It was always a really fun time. I'm actually happy that I have those memories of going to a drive-in, because those were a lot of fun. And those were like my earliest memories of going to the movies, is at a drive-in. So I really like going to a drive-in. I haven't been to one in a really long time because they kind of just, petered out of existence. But if this is the time for them to make a comeback, I think that'd be an awesome thing. All right. Lalos is saying Americans are still banned from entering Australia for the most part. I'd find a way. I'd find a way to get in to watch Wonder Woman. Michael Watson would help me get in. All right, Hi is saying also it's not smart to keep movie theaters closed until 2021 because all the employees that work there would be unemployed for over 8-9 months. It's not financially possible to keep theaters closed. You got to do it safe. You have to do it safe. I mean, right now, people are in the illusion that we're safe and that we're getting out of it. This is not over. This is not over because, like we've said, we're going into the fall winter season. Things are going to kick back up again. I guarantee it's going to kick back up again somewhat. To what degree, I have no idea. But with children going back to school in confined spaces, that might bring about more cases. And then, as I mentioned, restaurants. You're no longer going to have your patio access with colder weather, especially here in the Northeast. So everyone's going to be inside. Is that going to increase cases? It probably is. And then that combined with the flu, the twindemic, is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. So I don't know what is going to happen. I hope it doesn't get out of control like it did, but we don't know. All right, Lalos has asked me, Susan, what is your favorite fast food? Ooh. I'm really fond of the Crunch Wrap from Taco Bell with sour cream, no tomatoes. Really love the Crunch Wrap, and it's been a while since I've had one. Or there's nothing like a good burger, a Whopper from Burger King. Maybe once a year, twice a year. Maybe twice a year I have a Whopper from Burger King, but I haven't had anything lately. Like ever since this whole thing has gone down since March, like we have not gone out to a restaurant at all, even though they've opened up. I honestly don't miss it. I don't miss it. I like being at home. I like, my parents cooking for me at home. um, Being at home, cooking at home. We order out. We've gotten pizza and Chinese food. That's pretty much it. Like we really don't go through drive-throughs a lot, like McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Taco Bell. Maybe like a few times a year. That's it. But a Whopper or a Crunch Wrap, those are two, like, yeah. All right. All right. Hi is saying, I get what you mean, but rather than putting it on streaming, I think they should just push Soul back to next year. Even though 2021 is full, I think they have no choice or else these movies are wasted. Um, I mean, they kind of just get your movies out there. I think they should just get the movies out there, and it's so difficult. This whole thing is just difficult. Lalo's asked me, "Am I single? You would make an awesome girlfriend." Well, thank you. I believe I'm an awesome person and an awesome spouse and girlfriend. Um, you're probably unfamiliar with my situation. Other people are familiar with my situation. I am not single. I I have a kind of boyfriend, spouse, ex-husband situation going on. That's what it is, but I'm not single. No, I'm not. All right, Michael Watson. Unless you're a celebrity, of course you can enter Australia. Tom Hanks just arrived back in the country as he's filming the new Elvis movie. Okay, absolutely. I'll help you get into the country, Susan. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. You can like sneak me in a suitcase or something. Oh, Ty's here. Ty's here. Moving Wonder Woman to December doesn't look bad to me. Ty is optimistic. All right, Jeff. Assassin? Assassin? Hey, Susan, can you tell the difference in picture quality from streaming to physical media? It looks the same to me. I don't think I could see a difference. I don't think there's a difference. All right, Marcy's asking about Tom Hanks doing Elvis. Yes, he's doing some kind of Elvis film. Is he playing Elvis? I don't think he's playing Elvis, is he? I don't know. All right, Hi is saying, so if you're saying that the cases will rise again during the winter season, does that mean you're not going to watch Wonder Woman 84 and other films coming out in December? Honestly, it depends on what's going on in my area. You know, if I have to worry about my mother because a lot of you know, but I don't know if all of you know, my mother has a disease. She has multiple sclerosis, which does make her immune deficient. So I need to be very careful about what I do because I live with them. I live with my parents in the basement, and I need to be wary about what I'm doing. I always have to make sure I'm washing my hands and I sanitize. And, that's a part of what's great about my job is I don't really come in contact with any strangers. I leave groceries on their doorstep. See you later, bye, and I'm out of there. I'm always wearing my mask, always being careful and cautious. I have to worry about my mother. She's the number one priority. I cannot risk bringing anything home. So if cases were to rise here in Connecticut, I would have to stay home. I would not be able to go and see them, and it would kill me, but that's the way it is. I have to worry about my mama. My mom. She's number one. All right. Michael is telling us about the Elvis movie. He's like, telling Marcy, yes, he is. It's a new Baz Luhrmann. I love Baz Luhrmann. Moulin Rouge, hello. Being made in Australia. Tom Hanks was filming it when he initially contracted the virus, and now he's back in the country filming as resumed. Well, I'm glad we have like an in with Michael in Australia. He can like keep us updated on the whole Elvis movie situation. All right. All right. Michael's saying no. Tom Hanks isn't playing Elvis. Austin Butler is playing Elvis. Who is Austin Butler? I don't know. I don't know who that is. All right. Ty is saying Asia. All right. All right. I think we have ended this live, but I just wanted to get it out there to you guys. All of this information. I know this was a very spontaneous live, but sometimes that's fun, right? Sometimes that's fun. Let me know if you guys want more of these when like movie news comes out and you just want to, you want me to cover it. I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know if you guys would be up for it because it's so spontaneous, but let me know if you like these spontaneous movie news, like updates things. I could always, put that in. Lalos is asking me, do you have any guilty pleasures? Like nothing weird or anything, but guilty pleasures. I mean, I watch crappy reality TV. That's a guilty pleasure. Not really. Like that's it. Pretty much. I don't have time to have a guilty pleasure because I'm working or I'm doing this or I'm watching something so I can do this or I'm spending time with mom and dad. Like, is that a guilty pleasure? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Shadow Soul jumped on. Shadow Soul jumped on at the last minute. Hello, hello. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys. See you later. Have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Let's not forget, we're all watching 8th Grade for Sunday. 8th Grade is the movie for Sunday. Make sure you watch it. All right. Oh, Michael Duckworth is saying, yes, I love your lives. More of them. Okay, I will consider maybe doing like one more live every week for movie news. Possibly. I will think about that. That way we can have it more scheduled so more people can show up. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Love you all. Be here for Sunday. Have a great weekend.